God is different from all the concepts in our minds. God does not live by punishment and judgment. We are His children, He is our Heavenly Father and Mother, and He wants to embrace us spiritually, and give us a love, spiritual energy that no human being can ever make us receive. We are loving parents to our children. Can God be any less? No. God is the parent of parents, number one. All ideal good feelings and emotions in us come from God. Jesus spoke clearly about God's love for us and described it perfectly in the parable of the prodigal son and the lost sheep. There is no need to pray for hours, only to have a right heart with God. God seeks gifts from our hearts, not offerings and fulfillments or conditions, rights or allegiance to a church or hierarchy established by men in their religious understanding of God. His glory and love in the ideal continually envelops man. Man has sinned and separated from Him, but regardless of this, God has brought a providence to restore man to an original position, by sending as many as 2 Messiahs, since Jesus was not accepted and was unjustly crucified. God is more beautiful than the most beautiful thing that happened to us in life. God is not far from us. His enormous, unchanging and unconditional love always surrounds us. What God means by love, though, is something different from the limitation of fallen and humanistic, earthly man. We are short-sighted in love and understand and express it more in a physical way. Where we condemn people, God raises them up. Where we act coldly with people, He sows warm compassion and understanding. God cannot and will not harm anyone, like any good father and mother. In God's nature there is a divine and unconditional love. God is compassionate toward everyone. Satan is the one who urges people to kill and harm and incites humanity to do so. Only Satan is the one who continually increases our suffering and pain and, especially, ignorance of the truth and non-spiritual growth. With the fall, spiritual laws were established, and there is a power of evil that even Jesus spoke about in the Garden of Gethsemane. They are spiritual chains that block God Himself, on the basis of free will and choice of good or evil, of which He has given us freedom of choice, to recognize spiritual value in us, to voluntarily choose Him and His ideal as our life purpose. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil is each of us in our lives. When Satan with the fall claimed power over love and became ruler of the world, God was forced to allow his insurrection to continue. God has created the power of love greater than the power of rules, laws and commandments, and because of particular spiritual laws, His own heart of love has continued to be in every case constant and continuous toward man, because of His original loyalty of unchanging and unconditional, which God has toward us. And even now, in our time that is the last days, He is working on a peace briskly to bring the world to the point where He can realize His ideal of creation and purpose for which He created us.